Hello, folks. Welcome to Fandango Friday.
The holiday special, 'tis the season, 2019 Fandango Friday
Christmas time.
is I think Wednesday. I think.
Christmas is Wednesday. I plan to go. I think I might go to 4 o'clock vigil, Christmas Eve mass, New
Well,
Year's. I mean Christmas Eve. It'll be very pretty. Got it.
'tis the season, world's largest, most obnoxious jingle bell. I will be doing the 5:30 mass with the choir and the musicians with my African drum. And then at the minute it's over, I'm headed to my sister's house. She made two, I think, deep dish lasagnas in roaster pans about that high, and she got a whole spread going, and I'm gonna sleep over. And
How many miles away is she?
she's almost she's about 10 minutes from my hometown. She's not that far. Maybe also about 20 minutes by car. But she puts out a lot of food. She's a great cook, and I'll be drinking lots of eggnog and eating all that good food. And but at least I'll get in the first mass for Christmas Eve, the 5:30 p.m. mass. I'll be playing.
Yeah, it's going to be really crowded. It's going to be so crowded.
Oh yeah, you know what the head musician was doing during rehearsal? He knows how to play March of the Wooden Soldiers on his acoustical guitar. He went da 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 da, and then I did the drum, boom 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 da 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 da. The whole song when the wooden soldiers started going. Yeah, it was funny. He did it pretty good. But yeah, we are here, Fandango Friday holiday special. Anybody out there that wishes to join with whatever you have handy.
And next time y'all can play Flight of the Bumblebee.
Oh, isn't that the Green Hornet and Bruce Lee? Was that the Flight of the Bumblebee? Was that the theme song for the Green Hornet?
Might have been.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, I have a package that they say is going to be here in the next 2 hours. I guess United States Postal Service is very backed up.
You're telling me?
Here's the thing, my gripe, I buy a lot of beer, wine, and liquor. Okay, people know that. So I buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that, and I review it. So then people contact me and say, oh, man, I want to send you something. And I say, oh, don't worry about it. It's a big expense and a bunch of hassle. But they'll insist, oh, no, I want to send you something from my hometown. And I say, oh, all right. Then it doesn't show up. And I say,
are they sending it a 2-day priority U.S. PS?
It wouldn't matter how they sent it. It shouldn't take that long. So I say, well, what happened to the shipment? Oh, yeah, man, I'm busy. It's going to come out. I'm going to get around to it. Then I check back 2 weeks later. Yeah, what about the package? Oh, yeah, I'm going to look into that. It's like, why am I being bothered with this? Because I told you initially what? It's a big expense. It's a big hassle. Don't worry about it. And you insist. Like I had a problem back in June where a guy told me, oh, it's definitely no trouble. I work for the post office in Wichita, Kansas. No problem. So when I asked him like the third time about it, oh, yeah, man, we're going to look into that. Next thing, he's blocked me.
And he's a Wichita line man. A lying man, not a lineman. He's a Wichita lying man. Don't make Ron deteriorate any promises or try to be magnanimous and don't unless you mean it.
Yeah, just do it. I mean, if I tell somebody, hey, buddy, I'm going to send you something, and there's almost no chance that's going to happen, but let's just say I do say it. Guess what? It's coming in. It's going to arrive. You're not going to have to contact me and say, hey, what's up with the shipment? And I'm not going to tell you, oh, I'm a bit busy. I got stuff going on, man. I don't do that kind of stuff,
Then why promise? Why promise that you like he volunteered These people volunteered that they want to send you something, and you're waiting.
Right, they approached me, so it's so comical. It's like, I didn't come to you. You came to me, dude. All right. There's John Neely from Georgia Beer Reviews.
Wichita Lion Man. That was pretty funny. It came off the top of my head. Wichita Lion Man.
That was pretty clever. Well, it was actually very clever. I was going to do a rum taste challenge because my father, he doesn't drink anymore, but he asks me all the time, what are you drinking? What beer are you reviewing? What are you going to do on your Wild Card Wednesday? What are you doing on Fantastic Friday? I said, no, it's Fandango Friday. Oh, yeah, Fandango Friday.
Oh, fantastic. It is fantastic.
Yeah, right. But I said, tonight I'm going to do a rum taste challenge. Well, it turns out I have to change plans because I've been doing this whiskey series, and I had forgotten. Heck, I forgot about Grand Legacy. And I said, oh, this is going to mess up all my schedule. So now I'm going to delay the rum, and I'm going to do the Grand Legacy.
Oh. I thought rum was more applicable to the holidays. Oh, dog whistle. What happened? You were abducted by aliens, perhaps? Oh, my goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Well,
what's going on, James? What's new with you?
Well, I'm going to the Catholic Church has been having me play my drum with the choir and the musicians. So I'm going to be doing mass at 5:30 Christmas Eve. Then I'll go to my sister's house, sleep over. She's a great cook. She's like I told Jay, she makes these huge deep dish lasagnas and such. So I'll be drinking eggnog and pigging out. How about you? You going to family gatherings?
Yeah, I'm heading home Christmas Eve to Alabama. That's where my family is, and basically just spending one night, and then I gotta head back home to work and for the rest of the week. I didn't really plan it out too well this year, but it's not a big deal. I mean, Christmas falls on a Wednesday, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to try.
Thursday morning, you're reporting back to work. Thursday morning?
Well, maybe Thursday. I could probably go back Thursday afternoon, but still, I'm gonna have to drive back the following day. So,
okay, Nate, but the Nate that's in the drawing is not the Nate that's on the video. Is that what this person's trying to say?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'll maybe switch my name or something.
He's impersonator. He's trying to pass you.
No, this is me, but I don't know who that is in the picture there.
A different Nate.
A different Nate.
I like your Christmas sweater there, Nate.
Thank you.
Oh wow! Look,
thank you.
LED light.
I'm on location, so I'm gonna. Yeah.
The cat with a cape.
So I'm actually at the.
Well, here he comes.
So for now, I'll be cycling on and off of. Hey.
Okay.
All right,
hey,
Nate. We got
hey there.
Not to be confused with the other Nate.
I'm sorry. When I dropped the whiskey bottle, it actually hit the wire, made the wire come out, and so I tried to plug it back in, and it said you had to restart the browser. Why, I don't know. So I did.
Evil spirits trying to sabotage the holiday show.
All because I was ranting and raving about people promising things and not coming through. You know, fair enough. Especially when I didn't ask for it. All right. Well, Nate, we hope you can join, and we'll see what happens. There he is with his beer and his good-looking food and all of that. And drunken one.
Chicken.
Ben's the one that came up with the exemplary idea to do Miller High Life versus everything. Miller High Life Light, excuse me. Miller High Life Light versus everything. So Ben, every other light beer. So Ben, I did it for you. Now, anyway, okay. Take some deep breaths. John and Ilya can't hang on here too long. I think there's an eggnog event coming up. Am I not correct?
You are correct, and that's actually what I am bringing to Fandango Friday because it is a holiday special edition, whatever. So I've got a bottle of Evan Williams eggnog that I'm going to crack open right now.
Okay,
And
I'm going to start off, and then James Pimonano's got an exciting British item, and then Nate's going to perhaps show us something, and you're going to show. I got so sick of eggnog, I drank 3 bottles of the stuff, and if I hadn't done that, I would have joined tonight, But
I'm gonna make an eggnog as soon as I finish with this little bottle I brought.
I know you had this one, Ron, on your channel, and we're very pleased with it. This and the Christian Brothers are 2 of my favorites.
I loved it. But unfortunately, I couldn't get the Christian Brothers this year. It didn't show up in our area this year. It did last year. Okay, so I have tonight. I'll go first. I have the. I have some weird items tonight. I have Clubhouse American blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color added. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
There we go. Caramel color.
It is family owned, though. It's a family owned company by the Shapira family. The Shapira family. All right. So I'll put that in here. Now, the competitor is the ever famous, No, not famous. It's called Grand Legacy. I don't know what it's a legacy of or for. It's showing a copper pot still, and I would put $1,000 on a bet that this is not produced in a copper pot still, but more than likely a column still. But anyway, it's an American blend, and it's blended whiskey with natural flavors. And this is from our friends at Sazerac, who make things like Pappy Van Winkle and Eagle Rare and Grand Legacy for CVS Pharmacy. This bottle, which is 1,750 milliliters, cost me $10.99 plus tax. Well, for that price, it's got to be great. And you might detect some sliver of sarcasm in my voice. But anyway, I got it for that price with the CVS loyalty card, which doesn't really work for me since I only go there about once a year. All right.
How would they call it?
Well, you get a little discount every time you use it, and that's to encourage you to go back. But
Warehouse. Is that like a werewolf? No, yeah, he is in a very ample room with a high ceiling.
Boy, it's been so long since Nate K joined us, but now he's married. He's got the career. Everything's there's the wife. Well, this is even more exciting than I had first imagined.
I still will not change my vocabulary, but anyway.
All right, now here is what I've got, and I'm going to highlight my self. Okay, all right, folks, let's get serious now. But we can't really get too serious on a night like Fandango Friday. You're all making me some fancy. I'm drinking 1 pound, 500 milliliter bottles of Bud Bar, though. I know you're jealous of that offer. You can't even get Bud Bar in this town. I'll review. Yeah, Castillo spiced. I've seen that, Billy. I've had the Castillo Gold and the Castillo Silver, but I haven't bought the spice. In fact, I've never bought a spiced rum in my life. Not that I'm against it. Ooh. I'm sure I will be out and about in that store. I bet Martin Wine Cellar didn't like to hear that news. Total Wine, John and Neely, coming to Louisiana.
Nice.
Same to you backwards, Billy. All right, so here we go. And I've got the, and then I'm going to feature James, and then I'm going to showcase John and then Nate. So they look similar, right? Like amber gold. Do you see any difference in color? I don't.
Looks the same to me. I mean, what we're seeing.
And I got to remember in the future, don't drop a whiskey bottle on the computer.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Right, especially if it's open, which thankfully it wasn't. I got home from work. I drank a Keystone Ice. Pleasant. Then I drank about 12 ounces of Old English 800. Similar, not ice beer, but 5.9. And now this. And this morning I drank 3 cups of coffee. I drank a cup of coffee at work. Later I drank another cup of coffee at work. And I had a little bit of rosé wine from Liberty Creek. Just to put all that in perspective of what my drinking regimen was today. Wasn't too heavy, but it was enjoyable. Okay. This is not going to be a challenge, folks, because believe me, no one can ever confuse Clubhouse with any other whiskey on earth. There's Thomas Meadow 75 from Massachusetts Beer Reviews joining us. Oh, with the hammer and sickle stout. Okay.
Yeah, and we got, I don't know, this is a weird pairing with Domino's Pizza. Oh, boy. Pepperoni and jalapeno.
Nice.
We'll see if that works.
Okay, now listen, folks. Listen carefully. Listen carefully with absolute total attention to what I'm saying here. This one smells like generalized whiskey. You know what I mean? Like what you would expect with whiskey. Wood, like charred oak, but more wood than char. A little sweetness, a little corn, candy corn grits, maybe a little nectar, maybe a little candied fruitcake fruit, but it's on the bland side. You're not going to get a world-class product for $10.99 a jug bottle. I mean, only a fool would believe that. But it's all right in the nose. So that's going to have to be the grand legacy, which is it's making me interested to go back to CVS and try some of their other private label whiskeys. There's a Grand Legacy gin, a rum, Canadian whiskey, and so on. Brandy product. Now this one smells like that oddball thing, and I don't know, but I think Johnny Nilly might have watched some of my Clubhouse whiskey taste challenges already. When it started with Clubhouse, I was appalled by it. I hated it. I disparaged it. I made fun of it. I ridiculed it. I downgraded it, attacked it, and otherwise hated on it. But as I drank through it, I've started to have an appreciation and understanding of it. And I think what I'm picking up in the nose is plum wine, and cocktail sherry. I think they're using plum wine and cocktail sherry to flavor it. Can't explain it, but I think that's what it is. So I'm going to give it a quick taste, and then we're off to the races to New Jersey.
At least you didn't say cocktail sauce.
Right. Oh, I wouldn't drink it. All right. I might go get some fish sticks or some grilled shrimp. All right. Well, the first one I'm tasting is just standard blended whiskey. I don't know the blend ratio because they don't give the blend ratio. I would assume 80-20. They don't have an age statement, so that means it's aged at least 4 years. So the William Goldring family, Mr. and Mrs. Goldring, this is not bad for a value-priced blended whiskey. I will compliment you on that and give you a thumbs up within a certain context. All right. Hey, what happened? What happened to my showcase? Now, this one here, well, it's strange to say the least, but I've gotten a taste for it now. It's not repelling me like it was a week and a half ago. I can see benefits from it. It's unique, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being unique. Everything doesn't have to taste like everything else. It cost me $6.99 a liter. It's not half bad, honestly. I just was so perplexed by it. But now that I've realized, and I think I'm right, I can't verify it. But now that I've realized that it's probably plum wine and cocktail sherry as the flavorings, it's okay. Now, which one's the winner? I wouldn't say that there's necessarily a winner. I would just say that take your pick. It's a, like they say in gambling for football games, it's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em. Just make a choice. So I would recommend both of these if you're not too picky and you like to explore sort of strange products, which are on the bottom shelf. But there we go. I like the woodiness of the Grand Legacy, but I also like the more exotic flavors of the Clubhouse. So that's that. It's a draw. I can't declare a winner. It's a draw, personal preference issue. Hopefully Nate K will be back. Him and his wife are having a good time. But that makes it difficult when you're in a public setting and you're on a phone and there's people around it. Very difficult to do a Fandango Friday. But they're probably having their own Fandango Friday tonight, a night out. Who could criticize that? I wouldn't.
No, I would. And that warehouse looked like a good place for a professional wrestling event.
Yeah, it does.
I can get my promoters, as long as I do color commentary, or maybe black and white commentary. I'm not. Anyway, happy winter solstice Yule, happy Festivus and Krampus Day. I have Tangeray Gin.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
All right, I have Tangeray Gin, the dry one. There's another special reserve, of course, but they didn't have that. So let me read a bit, just a little bit about it here.
47.
Tangeray is a brand of gin produced by Diageo PLC.
Diageo.
And marketed worldwide. Diageo, yeah. Although originated in London, it is now produced in Scotland. Really, in 2016, it displaced Beefeater.
Wow.
That was a funny. I always cracked up at the name of that Beefeater as the number one global seller. Alcohol by volume, 47.3%.
Yeah.
But it varies. Introduced in 1830 in England, and then I will naturally pour it in everybody's favorite shot glass.
Boobies. I mean,
Tangeray.
Diageo is an interesting company. They really originally started as Guinness,
right?
And then Guinness kept buying people out, and they merged with a company called Grand Metropolitan, and they became Diageo, which is just a made-up name that kind of sounds like Italian, but it isn't really.
It doesn't sound British at all. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, it is a London company, the Queen's own company. Okay, James.
Now the Beefeater is the guy with dressed up like in a medieval outfit, right? The label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Renaissance era. Yeah.
With the halberd, I think it's called a halberd. The weapon. It's like a spear with an axe on the end or something. Anyway,
that booby shot
glass. It could be a lot better. All right.
That's one clear spirit.
Yeah, it is. It has, I know it's made from juniper berries, but it does have an anise or a licorice type aroma. I haven't had gin since I was like 18 years old, so I'm going to give it a.
Wow.
You know what?
Yeah.
I like it a lot better than the tequila when I drank that straight. It's not bad. Now I can see why they combine this with tonic water, because the lemon lime flavor of tonic water to make the Tom Collins, I think it's called. It has there's a similarity in flavor.
Just by itself, yeah.
Yeah, it's something about it.
Good with the squeeze of the lime.
Hey, you want to hear a funny real fast, James?
Citrusy. Yes, sir.
My uncle, he's 67. He he'll drink beer all day and be talking about this and that subject, whatever. Then he'll start drinking, like when the sun goes down, he'll say, now I'm going to start drinking Tanqueray and tonic. And then he'll just be like, and everybody's like, what are you talking about? It's like, what are you saying? And my father's like, what are you saying, Tom? He's like, ah.
He started talking like Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
Yeah, but there's quinine in it. It's medicinal. There's quinine in it.
It's good for you.
Some British woman says they soak raisins in gin, and it's like a home remedy for something. Told me this a while back, but
It's a home remedy for sobriety.
It's funny with my uncle because you would think to yourself, oh, he's going to feel terrible tomorrow. But then the next day he'll wake up and be like shaving. Well, it's another day. I feel so good. I'm like, wow.
Well, I didn't think I would enjoy a Bloody Mary, but after I had Bloody Marys, they're pretty good.
Oh yeah, I know somebody loves that for breakfast.
You put a raw egg in it, you can make a smoothie, a Bloody Mary smoothie.
Well, he lives in New Orleans. He goes to the Ruby Slipper and he'll have Bloody Marys and scrambled eggs and bacon and.
Do I know this person, Ron? I think I know who you might be talking about.
No. I'm talking about Cartwright. You don't know Cartwright.
Oh, I thought you might be talking about old David.
Sounds like a fine establishment, the Ruby Slipper.
All right, James. I'm sorry to edge in on your presentation. I apologize.
There's no place like home. Click, click, click. There's no Wizard of Oz, right? There's no place like home with gin. Woo-hoo. But anyway, it cannot drink gin. It's terrible. Okay, it's not for everybody.
Gin and tonic is like the ultimate summertime cocktail right there.
It's refreshing. There's something about the flavor of gin that it goes perfectly with anything lemon lime, especially tonic water. Yes, I always liked it. It's like a margarita, right? I mean, you can put other liquors in margaritas, but tequila just happens to go very well with the lime additives of a margarita.
Sour mix.
If you put rum, like a whiskey sour is very refreshing too. It's like a smoothie. If you put rum in the fruit smoothie, you have a daiquiri or a daiquiri or whatever, however you say it. So anyway, I like the Tanqueray. I mean, if I put Tanqueray with tangerine, there will be a tangerine, right? Something like that.
I know gin is very popular. My daughter just is big into that. And her and her girlfriends, all these girls, women love gin. And so they drink gin this, gin that, gin that.
James is ready. All right.
You gentlemen out there, alcohol is the #1 aphrodisiac for all females, but only the ones that you want to aphrodisiaze.
Gin will make you sin. Be careful. Says John.
Yeah. Anyway, gin is beautiful with some orange juice, Snoop Dogg style. Yeah, why not? Well, screwdriver will be vodka and orange juice, so why not gin and orange juice?
So if you go to Walmart here, they've got pre-mixed gin products now, like gin and juice.
Now this Winter Solstice Yule dude with the little elf down, he looks like he's drinking some Thomas Metal 75 New England IPA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it looks like he's all right. The original seltzer drink. Seltzer suck dead donkey balls, but gin and tonic is a beautiful drink, low calorie. Vodka is naturally the lowest in carbs.
You could have said something like the seltzers aren't favorable to my palate. All right, now Jay, you seem very pleased with that, so I think we're going to turn it over to John and Neely now. How does that sound?
The Wichita lying man. Yeah, go ahead. Go to John.
And Neely won't bite the dust. Let's see.
All right. Well, the Evan Williams eggnog. I buy a bottle of this every year. This and the Christian Brothers are my two favorites. It is obviously Heaven Hill brand. I don't know when this was introduced. I know that Evan Williams was introduced in 1955, I believe. But I have no idea when this actual eggnog product was introduced.
I couldn't find out any. I couldn't. They don't even list it on their website. I couldn't find out.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, those products that you wouldn't even know they make it unless you see it in the store. But this one is made with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, probably the green label, blended whiskey. So Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and blended whiskey, rum and brandy. So it's got a lot of different types of alcohol in here. It is 15% alcohol, so 30 proof. This is one of my favorites because it's super creamy and it's not too like the Pennsylvania Dutch. Ron, I watched your review and I've had it as well. And I thought that one was just a little too eggy. And that's kind of a weird thing to, I mean, it is eggnog after all, but it was a little too much, too rich. This one's kind of like in between. And I actually was talking to somebody earlier who said that they add milk to their eggnog to kind of smooth it out a little bit because the ones that are pre-mixed like this are a little too heavy. So that sounds, I might have to try that. Put a little milk in here to kind of mellow it out a little bit. But I mean, I think it's fine. It's got really good, like it's got a creamy mouthfeel for sure. It's got, classic eggnog flavor. It's got the nutmeg in here. You taste a little bit of that. Creamy, dreamy, delicious. I don't think the burn is, I don't think it's very alcohol forward, but I've heard a lot of people say that they like to add milk or kind of, tone it down a little bit. But I like this one. The only one I think is better is the Christian Brothers, and that one's just made with brandy. I think that's why I like it so much, because brandy is such a sweet spirit, and I think it complements the cream and the egg and everything a little bit better than the whiskey and the rum and the, just kind of a lot of different stuff versus the one with the Christian Brothers. But anyway, it's hard for me to break eggnog down. It's creamy. It's very smooth and easy drinking. I don't know. I don't really
nutmeg on that and cinnamon.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you've never had eggnog, I would recommend this is one to try. It's good. It says contains milk and egg, artificial colors, and FD&C yellow number 5.
What the hell for?
We need that in our lives. I think we do need that. Hey, John and Nelly, did you notice when I did some of my eggnog videos, I put the cinnamon in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have any cinnamon. I might need to pick some up and try that. Cinnamon would be really good. I like nutmeg, but cinnamon, the sweetness from cinnamon, I think would go a little bit better because nutmeg almost, to me anyway, has a little bit of like a bitterness to it, whereas cinnamon is a little bit more sweet across the board.
That's true.
Yeah, I just bought some great value cinnamon and I put it in there. It really added to it,
Yeah, but anyway, you can come back to me. I think this is a great eggnog. My parents have actually made eggnog before from scratch, and that blows anything that you can buy pre-mixed away. If you know what you're doing and you make your own eggnog, it's really good. It's a lot stronger too, and it'll get you.
Oh boy! Now we're gonna go to.
There you go, Dan.
Woo!
Okay, I just made it.
Oh.
You gotta love avatars because they let you do stuff. I got this from Whole Foods, Horizon Organic, low-fat eggnog. They didn't have whole milk, but I do have the whole milk for Christmas Eve. And what I did was, just like I did on my the International Food and Drink Group,
It has curdled.
I put the nutmeg and the cinnamon powder and the Captain Morgan gingerbread spice rum at the bottom.
Oh.
And then, which I had in the freezer. Then I filled it up with the eggnog. I did Jerry Seinfeld style, so all the ingredients is evenly distributed as you pour the eggnog in. So it all like kind of like.
Wow, Captain Morgan gingerbread spiced rum. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I brought on the last.
Oh, here too.
That sounds amazing. That's probably much better than the one I've had. Even though I do love this, that one sounds really good.
Yeah,
I might have to pick up some of that gingerbread spice rum. I haven't seen it.
Oh no, let me get. Yeah, let me.
It's over at our.
It's in the freezer.
It's over here. It's over here, John, in our town too. And
Really? Is that must be a newer product that I've never seen that before.
And once again, it's not on their website.
Right. So you can't find out any information about it. Great.
Oh, Jay has a bottle.
And you were gonna show him that bottle.
Oh! I thought you had one in your hand.
No, in our town. I didn't say I bought it.
No.
And then Eric's chomping at the bit. And you're waiting to go. Eric's waiting to go. I'm gonna get to you, Eric.
Okay.
Shake, rattle, and roll. I said shake, rattle, and roll. All right, here we go. All right, John. They only make it this time of year. It says here, 'tis the season. It's got that gingerbready looking label, and that's it.
I have definitely not seen that, but I will be looking for that because I love gingerbread cookies and I love Captain Morgan rum. So that sounds like a match made in heaven, right?
Really? That sounds like a good right there.
I bet you could buy that in a hot second, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does have a ginger aroma.
Ginger.
Oh,
It does have.
here real fast. You want to hear what I bought? You want to hear what I bought today for $9.99 at Mathern's?
What'd you buy?
Of course. What you got?
Appleton Estate signature rum. It's usually about $17.99 to $21.99, and Mathern's had it for $9.99.
Apple Estate. Yeah, Apple Estate is a very prominent brand of rum.
Yeah, Appleton Estate. So I said I can't pass.
Yeah, I have actually never had it, but when I worked at the bar, that was one of the most highly requested rums, either neat or on the rocks. Just very popular.
It's like Myers Dark, but it's another Jamaican company. Here we go.
Oh yeah, Myers is. I can't get over that. Myers is okay. Now here is Eric Fraunfelter, Thomas Meadow 75, Massachusetts Beer Reviews with his Hammer and Sickle Imperial Stout.
Yes, Imperial Stout, Lagunitas, limited release. I can't really find exactly where my bottle is telling me this was bottled on, but I've had one entire glass already with some of that pepperoni and jalapeno pizza because the jalapeno is a little bit on the spicy side, so I needed something to go with the spice. This works good with spice. I think it's got enough maltiness and enough creamy, lactic kind of sugary sweetness to it where it mixes well in combating some heat. However, this is not really the best overall beer to have with pizza, I would say. The lighter maltier, pale ales, lagers are a little bit better than this particular stout. I think Guinness would be a little better. But I will get to the review of this one here. This was 9.9% alcohol by volume. And I believe this singular 22-ounce bottle, 1 pint, 6 fluid ounces, was a grand total of $6.96. So, yeah, pretty good deal on that one. Here's what it looks like in the stout glass. Definitely has the Imperial Stout looking dark tan mocha colored head to it. And it has a nice dark ruby red appearance. It's not completely black at all, but nice dark red ruby. There it is, appearance. With some good lacing. Very chocolatey, very dark chocolatey, very milky, very lactic. And with like that lactose milk smell in the background. Brown bread. Definitely some... I could be thinking cinnamon because of eggnog stuff, but maybe I think I am maybe getting a little bit of cinnamon and or vanilla. Burnt, sugary notes too. Yeah, there's some molasses in there. And brown bread. You're definitely getting a percentage. You're definitely getting a higher percentage in the nose. It's not really hugely masked in the nose, but it doesn't sting. But you can certainly tell 9.9 is the alcohol. Let's see what I think on camera of that taste. Imperial Stout, Lagunitas, just plain old Imperial Stout by them. They do a couple other variants of Imperial Stouts, but This is just their Imperial.
It's a giant.
Yeah, plain old world-class Imperial Stout. Yeah, you know how that goes.
Original, should I say, not just regular ass beer. It's regular ass craft beer because of its damn price. It is a tasty brew at $6.96 for that bottle.
Thomas Metal 75 always brings succulent beers and ales to.
Yeah, this one is all of those things. Very chocolatey, very fudgy, very chewy, pretty sticky. Not too bad, but it's got some sticky body to it. Definitely 9.9 is coming out. I'm definitely getting some vanilla. Maybe not as much of like the cinnamon or that spiced nose as I was getting through the taste. Definitely not as much of that. I would say the body for what it is a medium to full on the medium side for me. But if you said full, I wouldn't disagree with your taste palette on that. Definitely has a little bit of smokiness to it. Definitely has a darkly roasted coffee flavor to it. I wouldn't say it's the most sessionable, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a chore to drink either. You're definitely telling that there's a giant amount of dark maltiness, and you're definitely getting a heftier body to it. But it's not the most hefty-bodied Imperial Stout on the market. So I really do think that this is one of the better Imperial Stouts on the market. Certainly at its price point. Go Bills, my left nut. I'm from the next town over from Foxborough. Yeah, and at $6.96 a bottle.
So elegant.
Yeah, at $6.96 a bottle, number one, you need to go and get this beer immediately. And number two, if you love Imperial Stouts and dark beers, yeah, you have to try this one. So far, so good. I had some with the pizza, so that's why the bottle is down to where it is now. So I'll be back whenever we get back to me for number rating. So far, 2 thumbs up, though. Cheers.
That's the second time
Now,
he's
Eric,
sticky.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Eric, that beer has a hammer and sickle on either side of the label. Does that influence your score? Or does it not matter?
That doesn't influence my score because I barely even noticed that.
I must salute it. Yeah, I must salute the hammer and sickle.
That just tells me. Yeah, there's that one, and there's that one. That just tells me that this is the Russian Imperial version of the Imperial Stout.
The Imperial family didn't have that. They had a 2-headed eagle. But anyway, I'm sure if it had a
story in that real fast. The story in that real fast is that the original recipe, which is the John Courage, we talked about that one the other day. John Courage Russian Imperial Stout. They're actually made by the English. That beer is English, and Russian Imperial Stouts came from England, and they shipped them, exported them to the Queen in Russia. Is that right? And that was what they drank in the cold.
Yeah, the Empress. Catherine the Great.
There you go, Catherine.
The Romanov family. But I'm sure if it had a swastika, it wouldn't influence your score either. All right. Swastika. Well, I mean, if you're going to put totalitarian symbolism on a bottle, why not do it? Why not be equanimable about it?
I really hope that this beer does not turn me into a Marxist. That would be horrible.
Why not? You ever read Marx? He was he wrote some nice things.
Great idea.
Of the great guy.
Voted on.
Just
great
one
guy,
away, Eric.
All right.
Cheers, Johnny Ringo.
Cheers, comrades. Ooh.
Well, that was a little rough. All right, Nate, you going to tell us anything, or we're going to get this thing wrapped up? Because John Neely's got an eggnog event.
I'll make mine very quick. I can't drink it right now, but I already had quite a bit of it anyways. I'm not driving, obviously. I'm riding, and I have a closed can that I can show you that we brought home from the Crew Brew in Raynham. And frankly, this is a lot of it for beers when I do have time to do it. Obviously, this is my life right now. It's usually the local craft breweries because there are just so many of them right now. They're all over the place. Crew Brew, when I go in there, this is not an advertisement for them. I tell the guy there in the tap room, I haven't found a beer that I don't like from them yet. And that's still stands today when I tried their limited release Oreo, and it's a that they made. Clocks in at 6.9% by volume.
You're breaking up, son.
I see that.
Damn it.
God
Let me shut the
damn it.
video off. You guys saw the camera. So
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
40 SRM. Does that mean anything to anybody? 40 SRM?
That
Like-
describes the
Kind
color.
of dark, right?
Okay, yeah, it's super
Pretty dark.
dark. The taste of it, it has a smell and a taste of Oreo. I'm not exactly sure how they do that, but it's really good with the pairing. They had it available tonight for their waffle event with one of the more local towns here. Actually, inside and with it, it was God. I could have sat there and just if it weren't for the 6.9%, I probably could have just sat there and stayed with it. But it is a lot of their beers tend to be kind of a one and done. They are very high alcohol, and I've noticed, like, I believe, if I remember correctly, the stouts are not usually supposed to be super high in volume. Is that right? They can be.
It depends.
I got a 9.9% still. Come on.
Yeah, but that's an Imperial Stout. That's obviously that's a lot more, and that's a great one.
Right.
I like.
Yeah,
that
maybe
one.
not as much for a milk stout.
No.
That might be right. A milk stout.
Maybe
might
like
be more.
between 4 and anywhere upwards to 6, I would guess.
Yeah, so this is approaching 7% by volume, so
Woo!
it's a heavy hitter. It's good though. It's good, and if you're going out, you're just gonna make sure you have enough time to drive home.
Exactly. You don't need that kind of problem in your life.
Yeah,
Well, Nate,
40 SRM is the color black, and that's you can call that an oatmeal stout. I guess you could call that a milk stout. Some people would say Baltic porters can go up to that. Foreign stouts can be between 30 and 65, and the Imperial stouts between 50 and 80. Remembering that a 2 SRM is a pale straw color. And one other thing is that I was scrolling on Facebook the other day, and I did see Crew Brew. They were doing a milk stout with the Oreo, like you're drinking, Nate, or that you were having and that you bought. And they used several pounds of the crushed up chocolate Oreo the outside Oreo part, and they use it literally inside of the whirlpool when they are brewing the beer.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Now, Nate K, do you have any? We got to shut down pretty soon. Do you have any last comments?
Like that. Sure. Just a comment about the price. So you always their breweries, but for me, I feel like with the average price of a beer going out to a bar, it being around $5 to $6 for like, not the cheap one. In Boston, anyways, maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
$4.99 for the can.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Really? Wow.
If you consider you pick up a can for $4.99 of this craft beer by an independent brewer that's down the street. So it kind of feels like it's worth it, even though it's a little more than you would spend at the liquor store.
Yeah. Plus, you had a nice night out.
And waffles.
Oh yeah.
Nate was breaking up a little bit, sort of like Steve Austin, but
6 million.
but he was able to come through with us. We can rebuild him. He'll be stronger and faster. But anyway,
I hope so.
Now I'm gonna go. Now, Nate, I'm gonna go back to myself as we close out. But please join us again, not once every 2 years.
I'll try not
Nate,
to.
come on,
I'll
man.
try to be back more.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Okay. All right, you're welcome, and thanks for joining.
Cheers.
You can hang around as long as you want because I ain't gonna be on long. All right, here's the FACP monitoring. I know he lives in my town, but he won't reveal who he is. Probably works with me or something. But here's what I bought for $9.99.
Wow, what a bargain that is.
Yeah, and
Wow,
it normally sells for at the lowest $17.99. That's if you're lucky. More than likely going to pay $19.99. So I got it for $9.99. And when I saw that this morning, I was like, "Ain't no way I'm passing that up."
You
I
are
did
the educated consumer.
What?
You are the educated consumer.
Yeah. And so what I did, I hid it. I hid it so nobody else could find it, and then I bought it.
Oh, you're a smart cookie. I do that too.
So and it's not unethical because I'm going to buy it.
Right, you didn't
I just
steal
knew it was
it.
No, I knew it was going to sell in at least at the minimum 1 hour. At the maximum 1 hour. It was going to sell out. It was only one bottle for $9.99. I knew there was no way that was going to be there in an hour, so I had to buy it. Narwhal. Oh, look at this.
That's a lot of good beer.
Ale, Torpedo, Bourbon Barrel Ale, 10 Fighty, New Coconut's Death, and Narwhal. Oh, well. Merry Christmas to you, KM Charlie.
Cheers on that refrigerator, sir. Damn.
Did John give his rating? Or
no, we're about to do it. I know he's antsy because he's got that eggnog fiesta coming. But look, all right, here's my final word. Look, you knew this before I got on the air that Clubhouse and Grand Legacy was nothing to get excited about. I mean, I knew that when I bought it. All right, okay. This is for people that are either low on money or have money but don't want to spend it. You know what I mean? Tight-fisted.
Cheap bastards, yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever, however you want to frame it. But if you're tight with money, and you may have to be, I understand, you may have to be. Okay. There may be no other option. These will work. These will work. Now, you're not going to impress friends and family and acquaintances. You're not going to make a splash in the drinking world with these. But are they serviceable? Yes, they are serviceable. They do the trick. They're not offensive, actually, although I did think the Clubhouse was offensive at first, but I didn't understand the product, so that got me discombobulated. So they're fine, but don't expect a whole lot. But I think people that buy it kind of know that already. It's like buying a can of Surefine cream corn. You're not getting the best of what America offers. All right, now James P. Madonna is going to give us his final assessment of Tanqueray, world famous again.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to me. John left?
No.
Oh no. Okay, let me do a quickie. Hold on. All right, there we go. My friends and relatives used to say tighter than a clam's ass or a crab's ass. I think a clam might be tighter, but anyway, I'm going to give it a similar rating because I do remember having Beefeater gin. Was there a company named Boodles, Jay? Boodles gin? I think
I'm not aware of that.
Well, I definitely have Beefeater. Now, I'm not a gin expert, but I will give it a 98% out of 100 because it's really that good. That's the Tanqueray gin, not the Special Reserve. This I will also give a 98%. Not that it has to do with the Captain Morgan gingerbread spice or the nutmeg or the cinnamon. It's only because they had nothing but low-fat eggnog at Whole Foods. And excuse me, I have the full milk the whole milk eggnog for Christmas Eve. But anyway, 98% on the eggnog. It's great because there's a great rum in there and nutmeg and there, cinnamon and all that, and it's organic. So but it's low fat. So anyway, 98%. Breasts and lactation, 98%. I'm doing like I'm milking a cow's udder. See, beep 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 beep. So anyway, it is a very Fandango Friday holiday special, indeed. All right, now John and Nellie's got to go to another show. Go to John. Unless he left. There
Here he is.
All right, so the Evan Williams eggnog, it's a solid A product. I'm giving it a 95. It's got good vanilla notes. The nutmeg is coming through. I wish there was a little bit more cinnamon coming through. I think that would have kind of balanced it out a little bit more. Alcohol's masked well. It's creamy, dreamy, delicious. Good for first-time eggnog. You can buy it. Already got the liquor in it. Don't have to do any work. Just get to enjoy it. So 95, good stuff. And yes, I do have to hop off of here because the other eggnog show is starting in approximately 30 seconds. So
better than Pop-Tarts, that's for sure.
Cheers. Woo.
So cheers, everybody. Thanks.
Cheers,
for letting me
dude.
join, and I will listen to the rest of this broadcast after I get done with the eggnog thing on Alex's channel.
Okay.
Creamy.
And, thanks for joining, and have a good time egging and nogging.
All right. Thanks for having me, Jay. Always fun.
Cheers.
You're welcome.
Cheers for being.
Now, the Empire of Massachusetts Galactic Exploding Plastic Inevitable is going to tell us about the Imperial Stout.
The Lagunitas Imperial.
After dark. Stout after dark.
What the hell? Imperial Stout. Lagunitas. There.
Hammer and sickle. Number 1.
Doggone good, people. Yeah, it's the only problem. Yeah, but that's like a stylistic thing, probably. The only problem that I have with it, I think that it probably is. I know for a fact it is. And I grabbed a little wine sleeve and I took that thing off because this thing needs to warm up a little bit. This needs to be a little bit warmer than the fridge temperature I took it out of. I think it is showing the 9.9 fairly well when it's a little bit cooler. I think as it starts to warm, it's not really too close to warm temperature yet, but as it's warming, I'm getting less of the 9.9. More of the sweet, bready, brown bread, malts, and molasses kind of sugary notes to it. And more of the dark chocolate, chewiness of the beer's body. So I'm liking it more as it warms up in the glass than when I originally opened it. I mean, the price point is out of this world great. So for that alone, this should get at least a 94 minimally. Let this thing warm up, or if you put it in the fridge, take it out and let it sit for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, and you'll get a nice, malty, delicious beer with a little less alcohol. But if you want to see where it goes, try it cool, and then let it develop as it warms.
You gotta give Lagunitas credit. They make fantastic beers for a really good price.
Yeah, this is the craft beer. I don't even know if by definition, since they're in Petaluma, California, and Chicago, Illinois, and they come across, I don't know the numbers, they come across like they brew a crap ton of beer every year, maybe by someone's crazy 3 million or less barrels a year of beer that they're not considered craft beer anymore, but they great price.
That's a totally arbitrary definition.
I agree. But for the price, and Lagunitas is at your store, you just have to pick it up because, yeah, good prices.
Say Ron DeJeremy's stickiness of the beers.
Ron DeJeremy was not involved in the making of this beer, sir.
I know.
That's probably
He's
the
a partner of Ronald J's and his new distillery.
And Domino's is maybe an 82 out of 100. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Heck. All right, now, Nate, any final comments?
I just I was thinking about trying to find something critical about this beer. But one of the best things about it, I think, is that sometimes when I have a stout, it feels really heavy. You know, like you've eaten a whole meal almost. This one, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't kind of like just. It's not that kind of stout beer that just sits in your colon for weeks. You know.
What beer?
I hate those
Oh,
types
you know.
of
I'm not. I mean, like, you know. I guess hyperbole there, but
right.
Video is much
but
better.
a lot. It doesn't feel heavy like it's you don't feel. It doesn't feel like drinking a whole bunch of milk, you know.
Sure.
So that's kind of nice out of it too. Unless you like that feeling. If you like that feeling, you might want to find another stout.
I also want to say I like your sweater.
Yeah, it lights up actually.
It
Hold on a
is.
second.
Look how much better the video is when he got home.
Yep, that's because we have gig speed here. Here we go.
All right.
There we are.
It lights up.
Oh yeah.
That's
It was 2 events. It was the waffle event and the ugly sweater event. So
That's a
it was
new
good
age.
marketing. I have
even alternate.
Yes, I did.
I
I rescinded my name. I'm the alternate.
From one Nate to another. All right, Nate. Hello,
I'm
Nate.
now the
Hello,
alternate.
Nate. Hi, Nate.
Hey, it was their fate for the 2 Nates to.
Oh my.
Well, folks,
Sticky bready.
that brings us to the end of another Fandango Friday. Oftentimes these days, in late 2019, James P. Madonna, Progressive Discussions, has been doing some metaphysical video hangouts. I'm not really into that kind of thing, but other people are. Now, if I was a 33rd degree Mason, I might be in there trying to explain the importance of light shining through a room and how that could affect.
Oh, God.
But you know, I'm not into that. But other people are. And
Dr. Wilhelm Reich's Argon Energy. That was he was like a mentor of my late great co-host, Dr. Wilhelm Reich Museum up in Maine. Yes, it's called the New Age Mysticism and Health. It's the new Facebook page, and I so far did, I believe, 3 shows about it with Damian Owens, and yes, with Damian Owens, and they went splendidly. The last 2 did. The first one went splendidly, about 80% of it. The last 2 were ideal. Anyway, I have a new show this Monday. I'm sorry, this Sunday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be a new show, a part 4, I think. Okay, we're going to be going over. Right now, we're going over every segment of the tarot cards. If anybody's wondering what the show's about, so that's that.
Okay, so there you go, folks. You can watch it if you like. I have Dawn Busters coming up tomorrow morning with the Clubhouse the weird as heck Clubhouse whiskey versus Barton. Well, Barton is an old brand from 1949, so that's just a standard whiskey. It tastes like, you know, whiskey. And then Clubhouse tastes like not whiskey. All right, but anyway, and then Sunday I have Clubhouse versus what am I? Ancient Age Preferred, I think. There's Eric pouring. So that's it. And then we have Wild Card Wednesday next week, Christmas night.
Ooh.
Wild Card Wednesday.
How'd you make out with Stout Sunday? You hosted Stout Sunday?
Last week.
No, because I went to the Korean Catholic Church. Because I was at a church in New Orleans I hadn't been to. So I went to the Korean Catholic Church. And then after Mass, they told me, you come eat with us. You come eat food with us, but you're not going to like it. And I said, oh, yeah? So I went into their community center, Family Life Center, and they had Korean food. But I loved it. And the whole church was watching me eat. They say, how you like it? How you like it?
Their barbecue is excellent. Korean barbecue is that kimchi, and it depends. I don't like raw garlic.
Yeah.
It gives me a bellyache. It repeats on you. You know, like some kimchi has raw garlic in it.
Well, what this was a huge bowl, a porcelain bowl of soup that was at almost a boiling point, full of cabbage and bean sprouts. And it was so peppery, spicy, you had to blow your nose 50 times while you ate.
Oh,
and then here's chopsticks, here's a spoon. And then she asked me, she said,
you want a massage? You want a massage? No, say that. Oh, okay.
She said, where you learn to eat Korean food? I said, I never learned it. I just ate it today for the first time. And they were delighted that I was loving the Korean food. So it was like a very spicy vegetable soup with a bunch of rice, steamed rice. I put the rice in the soup. Oh boy, that was ideal. That was ideal.
No,
awesome.
No meat, no seafood. Just
only cabbage, bean sprouts, and then the super spicy pepper, cayenne probably, and then yeah, I see that, and then the rice, the Korean rice.
We have H Marts over here. H Mart Korean supermarkets. They give out samples. They cook, on the weekend. And yeah, it's good barbecue. That's for sure. I
was very impressed with my first experience. I'm 51 years old. It took me 51 years to try Korean food, and I hope I don't try it again when I'm 102. So Thomas Meadow, last comments.
Yeah, get you some Lagunitas and remember the Alamo. All right.
It's sticky bready, brown bready biscuit. Now,
sure, yeah, I would go with the sticky brown bready biscuit. Yeah,
we have
fun, Nate. Yeah.
We have a huge Japanese market here, and we have lots of all-you-can-eat sushis and sashimis. But I like, what I like? Chengdu style Chinese food from Sichuan province.
Oh, that you meant the
That's really hot.
Yeah,
right. Now, Nate, what's your wife? Is she a cook?
Yeah, we're both cooks. We both cook it. It's good. We all can eat. Oh.
No, but I mean, like, what does she specialize in?
Oh, what's that?
No, does she specialize in some particular food, and do you specialize in a particular food?
Well, it's more like we all have East and West. We all have our own traditions. Like I make eggs and cheese and bacon in the morning and stuff like that, and that's pretty standard Western breakfast. But there's other things that she has taught me how to cook, and that she cooks very well also. But it's very close to the kind of the same idea. It's just different. I don't think I'm eating a lot different. I'm just kind of eating at home with the stuff that I would normally order, and it'd be really good. Mapo tofu is really good.
My Chinese friends are always talking about the hot pots. They're always
that is the best. Hot pot is awesome. We did it Monday.
My friends from Shanghai, she makes fun of the way I use chopsticks. She goes, "You doing it wrong. You do it." She yells at me because it's an old friend.
Don't cross the sticks. Don't do it.
Yeah, but Damian Owens is an expert, by the way. But anyway, hot pot is like every day. I went to this meeting with my coworkers, and the big boss said that went for hot pot. So, but Shanghai is an expensive city to eat in Shanghai. But you know, I like the street food. You know, the family-owned places are good. Get good bang for buck.
Hot pot
Now,
is
Nate,
I've had
hot pot sounds good.
Yeah, I've had it at my at like places where people who really had no idea about what hot pot was. Like I wouldn't make it yourself the first time. I would have somebody else do it the first time, and you know, then you can taste how it's supposed to taste, because when you try to make it and you don't know what it's supposed to taste like, it's not like it's bad. It's just not as good as it could be.
Well, Ronald J. Theriot, he gets the award for the best bargain hunter for the whole month, because between the andouille sausages he got for steel and that rum, the Appleton Estate rum, as well as everything else, he's a very good consumer.
Oh yeah, talking about a bargain. Let me mention this to you. Yesterday, I had some red beans, and I took that Veron's andouille sausage, and I put it in on some extra virgin olive oil and put it in the oven. James,
It's good.
That andouille sausage. I mean, I could go eat some right now. That was a delight.
Oh, my chili came out perfect. I thought it was going to be too hot, because I put 3 of the habanero, Caribbean habanero chilies from my garden, from my hometown. And I still have a bag in the freezer of hot peppers, and it came out great. Ground beef, and among other things, I put a garam masala, imported Indian curry. I put a whole bunch of items in.
Has our good friend and buddy, I was gonna say, Jay, has our good buddy and friend Nico played at 380 ever seen the Ronald J. Theriot Louisiana Beer Review show? He does not chug jack squat. That's not his game.
Right, that's why I put this comment.
How fast can you chug a 40?
Hey guys, I gotta head
Nate,
out.
show us your cat. Show us your kitty before you leave.
Right here.
Calico.
Oh yeah.
Calico.
All right. Woo.
I gotta go too. I'm leaving too. All right. Well, thanks, folks, for watching this video production. I'm out of here, just like Nate, and we'll be back, God willing, on Wednesday for Wild Card Wednesday.
Ooh.
Now y'all can go watch some eggnog discussions.
Oh boy. Woohoo.
Yo, come back here.
Come back